Hello, hello. I have a really fun grocery haul for you guys, I think. And this is going to be another video in my normal eating series. And I went into Aldi today without a plan, which is not my normal. I usually have been better about, okay, what meals am I going to make for the week? What snacks, what breakfast, so that I have everything I need to be structured and have a meal plan. Because what I noticed is if I don't have meals planned, if I don't have snacks prepped, I have a hard time eating well, and then I don't have like a balanced diet and I'm craving things and I've just eaten but I'm still hungry. It's a whole mess. And so if you're someone who is wanting to heal their relationship with food, or you're struggling with your relationship with food, disordered eating, I have been there. I struggled with disordered eating for over a decade, and now I have a really healthy relationship with food. It's not perfect, and I don't expect it to ever be perfect. And there are small things that I know that I would like to improve, or I can see that's improving. And this whole series is just me wanting to encourage you that you can heal your relationship with food. And even if you are struggling now, there is hope for the future. And I just want to show you what normal eating looks like for me and how it may look for you, and things that you may think are no-nos that are actually okay. Because one of the first things that we have to do when we're healing our relationship with food is get rid of any food rules we have. Now, if you're allergic to something, of course you don't want to be eating that. But other than that, any of those made up food rules, we're going to toss them out the window. But let me just show you everything that I got. Here we are. So I have some eggs and some bell peppers and some butter, sun-dried tomatoes, applesauce, milk, some kefir, sugar cereal, chocolate, fruit, veggies, meat, more veggies, buns, nut butters, dried fruit, Greek yogurt, cheese, and some non-alcoholic strawberry margarita. But let's go through everything, what I plan to have, things that used to scare me, make me anxious, and things that now I am excited for. This week, I realized that I didn't have a lot of fruits and veggies in the house, and so I really wanted to prioritize getting fruits and veggies back in the house. So I got some sugar snap peas, my bell peppers. I'm not the biggest green bean person for cooked green beans, but I will snack on them. And then I got some frozen Asian seasoned medley. And then you saw that I had cuties and I had apples. So lots of things that I can just grab. I also have a cucumber. And so fruits and veggies covered. An easy thing to have a snack of veggies and dip. I will also probably include like a cheese stick, because when I have a fruit or veggie just by itself, I'm missing something. I'm missing the fat, I'm missing the savory that I'm looking for. So a fruit or a veggie with a cheese stick or with a little bit of lunch meat for me is a great pairing for a snack. And then I have some lunch meat, and I got ham. Ham typically has a little bit more fat, but it's delicious. And I thought I could do ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches, which sound delicious, and they're very filling and satisfying. And you may think, hey, where's the fiber? I do have whole grain bread, and you're thinking egg with yolk, cheese, ham, that's a lot of fat. But the thing is, fat is not the enemy. Fat is flavor. Fat helps you feel satisfied. So it is not something to be afraid of or anxious over. Then I had some brown sugar because I bake, and so I need to stock up on that. I got some sun-dried tomatoes just because I do 90% of my grocery shopping at Aldi, and there are 2 or 3 recipes that I like to make that call for sun-dried tomatoes. And I just like to have them in the pantry so that when I want to make the recipe, I have the ingredients. I drink whole milk because I prefer the flavor, and I think you are allowed. I know you're allowed to enjoy the foods and the drinks you consume. And if you prefer low-fat milk, if that is the flavor you prefer, go for it. If you prefer the flavor of full-fat milk, go for it. If you are simply drinking a low-fat milk because you want to save on the calories, and drinking a full-fat milk makes you anxious, I would reflect on that with yourself, because healthy you that doesn't have food anxiety or food guilt, if you chose something solely based on flavor, and it's a difference of, okay, 60 calories in a cup, and I'm not a calorie counter, and I don't advocate for calorie counting, but for you that may be a lot of calories in the grand scheme of what a healthy, normal person eats, that's not a ton of calories. And so I encourage you to, I challenge you to choose foods, choose drinks that you choose because you want that flavor versus just choosing something that's lower calories for the sake of it being lower calories. I picked up some kefir. I typically don't buy it, but sometimes I find grocery shopping fun because these are things you get to enjoy. You get to be excited and enjoy food. And kefir has probiotics in it, and I don't think I have any gut issues, but I thought this would be a fun little thing to try, and maybe my gut will like it. And I don't know what I'm expecting, but sometimes you can just have fun and try new things just because. I have some applesauce because sometimes that's just like a little sweet treat, even though it's unsweetened applesauce, it still has a sweetness to it. I have some fruity cereal or some sugary cereal, and these aren't the sugariest of cereals. Fruit Rounds I like, and my boyfriend likes too. So sometimes when he's over, he's mentioned like those sound really good. So I picked some of those up for him to enjoy, me to enjoy. Then I got some frosted shredded wheat, the dupes that Aldi sells, and I got the blueberry ones because I like the flavor. And I grew up having like healthier cereals in the house. We weren't having like Cookie Crisp. Like my parents were like, yes, but also we want you to have something a little more nutritious for breakfast because we ate cereal for breakfast. I don't know how I made it from 6 a.m. to 11 or 12 solely on a bowl of cereal. I don't know how I survived. It does not happen today. But also I love sometimes at night before I go to bed, like I want a bedtime snack, and cereal just hits. Cereal just hits. And I think there is something mentally in my mind where I'm like, frosted shredded wheat, it gives me that sugary satisfaction, but also it has that fiber in it. And so I feel like it's a healthier alternative. So I feel a little better about choosing that over like a Cookie Crisp. So would I say that that's a disordered eating thought? Not necessarily, because I got the Fruit Rounds, which sounded really good. And I got the frosted shredded wheat, which I do genuinely enjoy. Then I have 3 containers of chocolate. And when it comes to sweets, I think they're all dark chocolate. Dark chocolate has its own health benefits. I have started to just prefer dark chocolate because non-dark chocolate just seems a little too sweet most of the time. And I love mint and chocolate, raspberry and chocolate, sea salt and caramel and chocolate. And you get to enjoy these. If you are new here, my name is Rachel, by the way. I eat dessert every day. And I usually have something sweet after lunch, and I usually have something sweet after dinner. And these are great. They're pre-portioned little chocolate bars, and they're just nice to have. I have pork butt, which is a fattier cut of meat. But when you put this in the crock pot, just salt and pepper, believe me, pork butt or pork shoulder has enough of its own natural flavor. Just salt and pepper it. It is so delicious. And that's the thing. Sometimes I pick things because they taste good. Sometimes I pick things for convenience. And that's pork butt is super easy. I literally toss it in the crock pot, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of water, cook it on low for, 6 to 8 hours. And I have buns for that, not whole wheat. Old Rachel would have had a problem with that. But it's an quick, easy dinner. They didn't have coleslaw. I would have got coleslaw, but they didn't have coleslaw. I'll make some veggies. I'll have maybe some roasted potatoes, maybe. Might not even need that with the buns. But yeah, convenience. Sometimes that's what we choose. It's a balance of nutrition for sure. Nutrition is super important to me. And from everything I have here, some people may question if nutrition is important to me, but I have fruits, I have veggies, I have meats. All in all, this is a decent grocery haul in my mind. Everyone is different, but convenience. You need to consider your lifestyle too. So we have pork butt, again, brioche buns. Aldi, I don't think my Aldi sells whole wheat buns, but whole wheat is good. Fiber is good. I like whole wheat. I genuinely like the flavor. I used to get anxious over non-whole wheat breads and buns and tortillas. I used to think that, I don't know. I didn't calorie-wise, they're usually about the same. So I don't know if it was just like, these are just bad, they're super refined flour, which yes. But now it's like, we're not having food anxiety or food guilt over a white bun. I have some zucchini. I won't be using all of them for the same thing. I think I will use one for zucchini bread because that just sounds really good. I'm someone who likes to bake. Zucchini bread is delicious. If you've never had zucchini bread, it may seem weird, but it's like carrot cake. Carrot cake is a vegetable. Zucchini bread, vegetable. It's really good. And then the other ones I think I will either roast or saute. Zucchini is not my favorite vegetable, I think, because it's too easy to make it mushy. So I think I'll just cut them thicker and saute them with some butter, salt, pepper, garlic. Then I have some green onion. I have some frozen veggies, and I'm just going to make some rice. And my plan is to just have some seasoned rice and veggie stir fry. And I feel good after just a rice and veggie stir fry. I love having meat in a stir fry too, I really do. But a veggie stir fry allows me to have a warm, comforting bowl of food and pack in nutrients through the vegetables. I have my ground beef. Again, it was on sale and I'm just gonna pop these in the freezer. I like to make a Big Mac salad. It's really delicious. I'm getting my veggies, lots of whole pound of ground beef, and the sauce, the dressing tastes like the Big Mac dressing, so that's really yummy. I have my nut butters. I'm a big nut butter person. I eat peanut butter almost every day. I often eat toast with peanut butter for breakfast, or I put peanut butter or almond butter in a smoothie or in oatmeal. And while nut butters have a lot of fat and they're very calorie dense, they bring a rich flavor to your oatmeal or whatever, and they help you to feel satisfied because, again, fat is flavor and also helps you feel satisfied. So don't fear the fat. I have some dried fruit. Unfortunately, both of these are sugar added. That's just what you're getting with dried fruit from Aldi, but that's okay. I like cherries. I like both of them by themselves. Dried cherries are also good in like overnight oats, probably warm oats too. But again, those are just sometimes I want a chewy sweet snack, and I think these are a better alternative to candy. And now I am not anti-candy. I like candy a lot. But sometimes I do try to take the more nutritious option. I have a big bag of Chihuahua cheese, and that is just for quesadillas. Again, if my boyfriend is over for lunchtime, he really likes Chihuahua cheese, so maybe we'll do a chicken and cheese quesadilla. Really yummy. And again, cheese, you're thinking the fat, but also it's a balance. What you eat for one meal, if it's a white flour tortilla, Chihuahua cheese, chicken, maybe you add in some onion or spinach, which is a great way to pack in some extra nutrients and flavor. I love some red onion, almost any kind of onion in a quesadilla. But just because you have one meal that seems very, quote, unhealthy, it doesn't mean your day is ruined, and it doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Maybe you had a nutrient-dense smoothie or omelet or whatever you had for breakfast, and if you have your quesadilla at lunchtime, maybe you're going to have a really nutritious stir fry for supper. And it's all about finding a balance that works for you. I have some Greek yogurt, and this is the honey vanilla Greek yogurt from Aldi. And this is really yummy. You can add some fruit. Sometimes I will just add some plain oats to it and stir it up in the morning, and then I'll have it a couple hours later for a morning snack. And the oatmeal absorbs some of the liquid from the yogurt, and it just makes my yogurt feel more substantial, because sometimes yogurt doesn't really feel like you ate anything. So of course you could probably add my dried cherries, and that would be delicious. Is this full fat? Yes, this is full fat yogurt, I believe. It doesn't say low fat, and it's not no fat. Again, I find the flavor of a full fat Greek yogurt just tastes better to me personally. So I don't tend to get the no fat or low fat Greek yogurt. And sometimes I'll just put chocolate chips in that one because it's delicious and you get a little bit of protein. But then I also, if I'm craving something sweet for a snack, I have my Greek yogurt. Maybe I'd even put some oats in it and then put some chocolate chips in there. Really yummy. I have a pineapple, some non-alcoholic strawberry margarita. It's sparkling water. There's no sugar added. All of this. What a blessing that I can have all of this food. And what a blessing it is for all of the nutrients and the flavors we get to enjoy. We get to nourish our body, and we don't have to feel guilty about it. Feeling guilty about food is a lie. Do I think you should take care of your body? Yes. Do I think you should prioritize nutrients? Yes. But do I also think you are allowed to enjoy food and you should not feel guilty about food? Yes. You need to find snacks and meals and ingredients that work for you and your lifestyle. Sometimes you're going to have to try new foods. Sometimes you're not going to like foods. Sometimes you need to try new recipes. Like, it's a whole thing. I don't believe that people dislike vegetables. I think that, one, you're either, this is going to be a hot take, you're immature and you just don't want them. Because yes, candy does taste better. Meat to me does taste better than vegetables. That's the long and the short of it. Or two, you just haven't found a way to eat it. You can still eat it with dressing. You can still eat it with different seasonings. You can eat it in something. It doesn't always have to be by itself. Or you can eat it by itself. It doesn't always have to be in something. You don't have to like spinach. You don't have to like kale. But try different foods. Find foods that work for you and that you enjoy. So I'm not trying. This is not an attack. We need to be real about this, but coming back to it, this is what normal eating can look like. This is what eating looks like for me. It may be different for you. And I hope you found today's episode encouraging and brings you hope. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down below. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe for more Normal Eating Diaries from me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.